Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and I want to share with you about our experience of when we moved several states away, 9,000 miles. It's been about a year, almost 2 years, 2 years in December, and just kind of share my story because I know right now it's an interesting time for people, because I know a lot of people that are doing this are moving out of states that are not doing well for whatever reason. The crime rate, the cost of living, safety issues, political reasons, whatever it might be. Anyway, so 2 years ago in April, after my husband retired, we made a decision to take a trip, and we ended up going 5,000 miles. We took our 4 children with us, and we planned ahead where we were wanting to spend some time and look. We had been following Zillow, doing research on cost of living, crime rate, schools. A big thing for us too, I think, would be that we looked into was climate. We wanted a warmer climate. Anyway, so we set out on a trip and made it like a little vacation road trip. And we spent about 2.5 weeks on the road and drove all over Arizona and all over New Mexico, Texas, and just stepped foot into Nevada, so we could say that we had been to Nevada as well. So anyway, we averaged 3 days in each town that we wanted to check out. Just spent some time looking around. Places we went to were parks, houses, of course. Just drove all around just to get a feel of different places, and it made for a very fun adventure for our family. And we did end up finding a place to move. I'm not going to say exactly where that is, just out of privacy. But we did find a place that we had decided to move, and so when we ended our trip, we set about, I guess, getting our house prepared to sell and doing what we needed to do to move. So when we started that process, what we did first, of course, was I had been decluttering for a couple of years because I knew we were going to be coming to this once my husband retired. So we continued to do a lot of decluttering, but my husband started just fixing the things that still needed to be fixed for our home. In the process of that, we had some things come up in our lives. Sickness. At the time, I think she was 10 years old at the time, 9 or 10. Our daughter ended up being, she came down with type 1 diabetes, so that was a big scare. We kind of had to get catch our breath and figure out what to do medically and so forth before we could move forward with our move. So basically we went from April to our moving day ended up being December 22nd, 2021. So this December it will be 2 years. So anyway, we ended up moving a little over 900 miles from our home, and some of the things that we did that were super helpful to me, felt helpful, is we had been watching the market. We were planning on buying a home when we got here, but we ended up we couldn't find the right home, and we just decided to go ahead and rent for a while so that we could get a feel for the town that we lived in. And so we looked into property management companies, found a place. Well, we were lucky enough to find a place for our 3 kitties, which was a miracle in and of itself. Anyway, so we got that all set up, and then when our home sold in late December, that was when we ended up taken a couple of days to move, and got our U-Haul and got rid of a lot of stuff. I think it would have been a lot better to get rid of more than what we got rid of, because it cost a lot. I think it cost us, I don't remember, like over $4,000 to move. So if I had to do it over again, I would have gotten rid of more stuff. That being said, it's hard because we are a family of 6, and so it was a lot, you know. So anyway, some of the things that we did ahead of time were that we researched pediatric doctors. I requested all of the kids' medical records, so that, and we also did some research with endocrinologists. So we also, the other thing we did is we also got all up to date on all of our medical exams, just everything. Dental, we got all the kids' cleanings, got my husband and I's cleanings all done, and just did all of that ahead of time so that we're all caught up with dentist appointments and everything like that. And so that helped us kind of be ahead of the game when we moved. But we did bring our records, dental records, all that kind of stuff. I took copies with me, but then I also ended up requesting copies after we found doctors, because we did some research and we had a good idea of our doctor, our pediatrician, but we weren't positive. And so once we got here, we actually had them request records as well. So I mean, it ended up working out that way. So anyway, but yeah, as we were looking into planning to move, we continued to research different things in the area. Again, crime was a biggie. We wanted to make sure that we had found a place that would be good for that. We also researched schools and homeschooling, because we had previously been homeschooling, and so we wanted to make a decision on how that would all end up going. So anyway, I'm trying to think. Let's see. So when we got closer to the time of moving, we kind of had to be very, very precise with our planning. It was very stressful, to say the least. We, had to plan, had to get the U-Haul for the right amount of time at the right day, and then had to make sure we had our place to move into at the right time. We also wanted to find a new church, and so we looked online and watched some sermons online, and that was nice and helpful, because we knew which church we wanted to start by visiting. And so that happened fairly soon after we moved. Let's see. So our kitties, one of the things we did with our cats, because we were concerned about one getting out or getting lost on the way, or once we moved, they're indoor kitties, but we decided we bought the tile things. They're I think they're sometimes called cubes, and they're also called tiles. And we bought one for each one of the kitties and put the battery in it and kept it on their collar, and that way if we ended up losing them, we would be able to find them. You have a finder thing on your phone. They're not actually made for animals, those specific ones that we bought, but that's what we use, and it was actually very helpful, because none of them got out, thankfully, on the way, but it was just a nice peace of mind to not have to worry about that. So that was a good thing. Let's see. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'll leave it at that for now, but if you have any questions, I definitely want to be helpful to anybody that is moving forward with this kind of thing, because it was definitely a huge, huge undertaking for our family, for our kids. I mean, emotionally, it was just a grueling thing overall, but being on the other side of it, it's wonderful. It was worth it. I wouldn't trade our change of life for the world. We're very, very happy here, and we love it here. And so took some time for everybody to adjust, but everybody's thriving here. So anyway, thank you very much, and thanks for listening.